luck he has, which in this case is his wife, and
that's some serious luck.
And that's that's what I'm saying. He better go after this bitch because he ain't getting nothing else like that. And you know that a guy like this would never be able to come against the odds that are thrown against him, but somehow he does, and we relate to that because as much as we think that we're cool people, and you were like, shit, if I was in that situation, I wish that motherfucker would talk to me like that. That's not true. We'd be dead.
Well, right. It is the kind of thing where it's what makes a movie like this kind of thriller work. It's like every time you think of like, yeah, well, what about this? It's covered. They got all their bases covered. Now, I will say there is some suspension of disbelief with any kind of movie like this because these stories don't tend to happen in real life, and there's always these things where I go like, well, you know what? All the effort they did to kidnap his wife and blackmail him, they could have put that into just rescuing the guy themselves, or getting somebody who actually had some power to do it instead of this poor son of a bitch. Because this plan could have gone completely wrong, and they'd been like, "Oh, great, now we got to start over again."
No non-nurse is going to score a piece of ass like that.
Once he was actually a nurse, sure, you get tail all over the place. Hello, I'm Cyrus. I'm a male nurse. Oh,
after all, it is France.
Yeah, you run with that, Cyrus. Let's see how that works out for you.
Pussy is going to be awesome. Fuck this critic gig.
But you get it from coma patients.
Oh God, like Kill Bill.
Yeah,
like a dirty jar of Vaseline.
No, you know, like that Pedro Almodovar film.
Right. Talk to her.
Yeah, talk to her. Yeah.
No, you're right, Leon. It's a dense film, and because of that denseness, if you want to. The saving grace of it is that the movie is only 84 minutes long and the moves so fast. That covers its, sort of any basis of or lapse of logic that occur. Now, if you want to stop and go through all the details, it doesn't add up really. And this guy would be dead before he would reach his goal. But it's a film where we have to somehow stretch our belief because we want to see this guy make it.
Yeah, it's not glaring the way that you have to suspend your disbelief by any stretch. I mean, it's not like obviously you're going with the everyman hero here, but this guy ain't like John McClane. He's not like flying out of like an exploding airplane and stuff. They're not going for that. They really are going to make it at least feel like this could happen. This could happen to you. Yeah. Well, maybe not having the hot wife part, but
and not the running.
Yeah, and certainly not the running.
I get put in a position like that with a bunch of gangsters, and the first moment comes up where it's like, you've got to run. I'd be like, well, this shit's over. Sorry. It's like, I'm sorry, honey. We had a good run.
It's like, it would not be the same movie if you were in a people mover, to be fair.
Right, in my Robin or my Rascal.
Yeah, your Rascal.
So what else y'all gonna do?
I'm like, listen, I'd be happy to help you guys, but I'm not going to make it to the end of the block. I'm going to be honest with you. My heart will explode.
There's no way this is going to happen, but I tell you what, I got $50 in a Witch coupon. Can we just do a fair trade?
Yeah. No,
I'll give you my Xbox. Not the 360, but the old Xbox.
Sure. And I have to say that the movie, with what little quiet time that they do have, I'm going to try and say these actors' names, Gaz Lelouch and Elena Naya, they have
just don't.
I know. Last night I said I'm gonna try. I didn't say I would. Shit. If the gangsters came up and told me to say these names, I'm like, just fucking shoot me now, man. It ain't happening.
Why has this motherfucker got a line above one of the letters in his name? What is that shit? Some dots and shit.
Like the Predator language. See on the wrist thing.
There's no vowels in this name. Come on.
Shit, I can't read anyway. You want me to read a foreign language? No, there is one moment, but with the one quiet point that they have in here, where you get to see those two characters be a loving couple, and that's all you need to like set the tone of the desperation for the rest of the film.
It's so well done. Like you just love them. You see how much love they have for each other that it makes perfect sense why he's willing to do everything he's got to do.
And it really makes the situation sickening that you feel for the guy. You not only are you rooting for him and you feel danger for him, but you feel sorry for him too, because you realize how simple they are. But there's the only thing that they do have is like this simple life and this love, and it's like, God damn, you got to take that away from this guy too.
Yeah, well, you've got it. The movie has to sell you on that, otherwise otherwise you won't believe all of the rest of it. You've got to believe that this is the core and main thing in this guy's life. And yeah, he is willing to die to make sure that she's all right. That was never a question for him.
And they ratchet the tension early on when she goes to the gynecologist for, they get see the exam, and she's told, you're 7.5 weeks. You're about to have this baby. That's too soon. You have to rest. And she's put around the house doing shit. You're already like, hey, sit down, rest like the doctor said. We got a volatile situation. So at the point she's kidnapped, all you can think is like, oh my God, just any kind of trauma can make her have this baby.
That's the other element
that's constantly looming over your head.
Yeah, it's layers of tension in this movie where not only do you have to at some point not forget about, you can't forget about the situation our hero is in, but things become more complicated. Even with his wife, it's like, wow, this is really going to affect her too. And I hope that baby's okay. And it's just getting so much worse for this guy in every facet of his life. And because there are some things that are telegraphed in this movie, especially in the end, that are typical of an action film of this kind.
Right.
But again, because they kept it short and because they kept it going so fast, it is an extremely fun and fast-paced film, and I would give this a high full price, man. And as we were all saying, Leon, you just said they might as well just tell you on the poster, wait for the American remake, because this is this is perfect for that.
Which will star Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves.
You mean his corpse?
Awesome. Awesome.
Best movie ever.
That's what CG is for, man. Come on.
Well, it is that, it's such an American type of action thriller, except on that lower scale where it's not overblown. It's not what Die Hard turned into. It's what Die Hard started out as, and
which was so subtle and understated.
Well, I mean more so than Die Hard. But your comparison to North by Northwest, it's a whole lot like that. And I would say, everything you said about it's just so tight. That's the main thing you think about it. It's like it gets going, it invests you, it keeps moving. It even throws in 2 cliches that I am completely sick of. And yet here I was like, you know what? I can let that go. Because they know exactly what to do with it. Yeah, it's definitely a full price movie.
Yeah, I agree with almost everything you guys said. I think for me the strongest aspect was the dynamic between the hero and the gangster that he's forced to work with, and the way that it develops, and they sort of feel each other out over the film about like where each of them is coming from. I mean, that was really one of the more fascinating parts of it, and the actors really pulled it off. And I did think that there was moments towards the end that I started stretching my credulity. Yeah.
Great.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Pick another word.
I can't even say woman, for Christ's sake. You want me to say that?
Dubiosity.
Dubiosity. There's no way I can't imagine anyone wouldn't enjoy this. I mean, like you said, there's not that much you need to pay attention to with the subtitles, even though if you're one of those people who complains, I don't like to read. I don't care what you think anyway. But this is a full price movie, thoroughly enjoyable, and like I said, it's so much of an American style thriller, and so assuredly will we see a remake that you're casting it as you're watching.
Right.
You can't help it. You're like, yep, that's Liam Neeson, that guy. Yeah.
Oh, I figured it'd be James Marsden.
No.
Will you shut up with your James Marsden thing? Dude, he's your Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, we hope we didn't ruin anybody's travel plans to France or Paris or anything like that.
But bring a gun.
But bring just to let people know the Eiffel Tower touched me in a bad way. So.
Unless you're going for the corruption, because it is magnifique.
Qu'est-ce que t'as fait, Cyrus?
J'ai rien fait, mon cœur.
Ta gueule et écoute. Fais sortir mon frère de l'hôpital.
Pourquoi?
Parce que tu t'es impliqué. S'il est pas dehors à midi, elle meurt.
Bloquez toutes les issues.